everybody, my name is Amy. Welcome back to my Flosstube channel. This is weird because I have never filmed a Flosstube standing up, but I don't know. I can't, oh, my vacuum cleaner is back there. I can't find my freaking tripod thingy. I don't freaking know. Like, I've got parts of it, but I can't find the other one. And I've got my arm here, but I still can't, I don't freaking know. It's a thing. But it's been a minute, so I thought I'd come on here and film a Flosstube real quick for you guys. And yeah, I haven't done a lot. I'm going to post some pictures here of what I have been working on the past week and a half-ish, maybe almost two. No. Since my last video, I've pretty much only been working on a diamond painting. And so I'll put pictures here so you guys can see. It's a diamond art club that I've had for quite some time. I had intentions of stitching it, doing it, and giving it to my sister as a Christmas gift like the year I bought it. I think I bought it 2 years ago. I'm not even sure. Now I'm about a third of the way done. Maybe a little more. I'm getting close to the halfway point. So my goal this weekend was to get to the halfway point, because I do want to give this to her as a Christmas gift. It is, well, it's now September. I don't know what we are, September 3rd or something like that. September 2nd? I don't know, something. So I feel like I can do that, because most of the work that I've done on it has been in the last week. So I feel like if I can dedicate 2 more weeks to doing that, then I should be free and declared. And since we're just the beginning of September, I feel like I'm going to have plenty of time to do that. And then that's going to be a gift for her and her husband, because she is, not her husband, sorry, her boyfriend, but they live together. Prior to that, I gave a huge chunk of time into Halloween Quaker by Leela Studio. It looks like this. There it is. And I'll show you what I did. So the reason this is even out of the Q-snap right now is because I couldn't see where my stitches end. I had a hard time getting to this part in the Q-snap, because I couldn't get it as tight as I wanted, because it wasn't enough material to wrap around for me to push it, like, get the tension that I wanted. So I just literally, like 5 minutes ago, sewed on this piece of fabric so I could give it the space that I needed to finish this edge. So this is what it looks like now. It's upside down. I don't have a picture of where I started, because I never remember to do that when I when I do jump into a project. I feel like you're too up, and I don't know how to do this. Let's see, it's a different angle. It's because the height, and I'm taller than this. I don't know, it's dumb. Anyway, I don't know where I was at, but I'll show you what I worked on. So I finished this motif here. It wasn't done. It was only this was halfway done. So I finished that motif. I started this flower right here. It is going to be, so it's this vine that comes out like this. I think I'm done with it now. It comes out a little more, like there's a straight line that goes down, and then there's a crow right here. So I'll be working on the crow when I go back to that one. Then I stitched this entire cat motif right here. This is completely done. I got the eyes in and everything. That's what I did this time that I had it out, because I was gonna, remember my last video had said help me pick a full coverage to work on, because I've just been wanting full coverage, but I do want to start clearing projects out. Not because I have so many whips, and not because like I'm trying to lessen whips or reduce stash or anything like that, but I'm to the point now where I've been stitching for so many years. Well, are we 5 years now? I think I've been stitching. I want to say 2018 was when I posted my first stitching video, like the end of 2018. And I feel like at 5 years, I should have more projects to show for it. I do. I have a handful of things that are finished stitches. I have a couple of rubber annods done. I have like some random things that came out during COVID that I have done, but I have no full coverages done, obviously. And no like larger pieces. I think the biggest piece stitched done I have is the chopping maul from the Witchy Stitcher. And so I just want more to show for my dedicated time stitching, instead of a bunch of like partially done projects or barely started projects. So when I was going through my active whip pile, and I still have yet to do an active whip video, I thought, you know what, I really just want to work on this and get started on it and do it. So that's what I have been doing. What goes here on top of the witch? It's a whole nother motif. Oh yeah, this one's not going to be big because you see where it ends, so there's not a whole lot there. I think I skipped, after I did all that, I skipped over to this because I was trying really hard to not move the Q-snap and just work within the confined space that I had. But I've decided, I don't know, I wanted to move on, and then I pulled out the sewing machine because the full coverage I want to work on next needed more fabric on it. So that's where I've gotten to on that. Nothing major. So we'll see. I feel like now I know why it took Michelle Bendy so long to finish this, because it doesn't look like a lot, but it is. And it's a lot of dense stitching. Like the witch is full coverage. And then anytime you have like motifs like this, they just take forever. So I have this one done, right? I better have that one done. No, I don't have that one done. I haven't even started that one, actually. It's on the other side of the witch. The witch facing forward. Oh yeah, that one's partially done. So I have this one done all the way up until this ends, because I believe that's where that page ended, was right here. So that one's halfway done. I feel like this one is going to take forever if I know anything of from the, what's it called? Long Dogs. It is what it is. So I still have quite a bit to do, but I want that done. So I just decided to work on that. And that was literally it. That whole entire week, 2 weeks ago, that was all I worked on. From when I posted my last video, that whole following week after that, I worked on this. And then last week and this weekend, I've been strictly working on the diamond painting. Does that sound right? I don't fucking know. Something. But we'll see. I always fold my projects with my stitching in. So this is the back of my stitching, which is a mess because I travel and I do whatever. And when the fabric's dark, you really can't see any of it. So I really don't care, personally. That's all I've been working on. So next, you guys spoke and said that you wanted to see Heaven's Window come back out. It's a full coverage by Heaven and Earth Designs, artwork by Andy Russell. I love Andy Russell. And I haven't done anything to it. This was all I did. And I did add another one of that yellow fabric on the bottom because, just like I said, for my comfortability, I need more than this to put in my Q-snap so I can comfortably stitch right here. There's plenty on this side. So I'm hoping that that's about the length of the project. I'm not sure. I'm just guesstimating by how far in I started on this side, that's how much I have on that side at least. So hopefully we'll be clear on that. And if not, like by the time I get there, who freaking knows? It is a mini. So it is 325 by 249. So I estimate that mine is going to be 18 across and 14 high because I'm doing it on 18 count Aida. That's just my preferred stitching, which is why like I won't buy any more full coverage, full sized images. Not only do I have, sounded like somebody was here, heard a door. Not only do I have a crap ton, but I definitely have, what do they call it? Stash beyond life expectancy or something like that, or I don't know what it is. My stash is definitely going to outlive me, so I'd really love to, if I am going to get like other stuff, I'd like to get things that are realistically possible, if that makes sense. So that's why I have really not been buying anything. So that's that. So this has finally come out of my timeout shelf. And I mean, it's not really a timeout shelf. It's just stuff that's waiting to be worked on, partially because it's already started. Those of you who did comment said you wanted me to work on the Tarot 5 of Wands, I think it's called, or something like that. I want to too. I want to as well. Also, grammar. I have so much. Okay. That's just plain white 18 count Aida. And then the Halloween Quaker, because I always forget, I Stitch and Be Stitch Me Fall in 16 count Aida. I love dyed Aida for projects because it's much softer than other stuff. Especially kit Aida is terrible to work with. And yeah, so that came out. Then I was looking through other stuff. So did I show you guys that I bought this? Yes, I did. I'm seriously considering kitting this up, but who knows. Grand Library, been wanting to work on that. I feel like I've talked about these already. So I pulled this out with the intentions of hopefully being able to purchase the rest of the floss for Grand Library. I don't know why I put dots on all of this stuff, because then I put it away and I wait so long in between that I don't know what I need anymore. So I did, because I remember I told you guys about the part of your world. So let me go get the one thing. So this is the only thing that I did buy, and it's the "Do you ever think about dying?" quote from the Barbie movie. And yes, I did see the Barbie movie. My daughter actually saw it twice. Oh no, she didn't actually. She saw it once. She was supposed to go with some friends and then didn't. I don't know. So yeah, I wanted to stitch it on pink fabric and change these colors, but then I was like, I don't know if that defeats the color theme. This is by Steph X Stitch. I think I saw it on Instagram first and then clicked through to purchase it as soon as I saw it. It only calls for 5 colors, lots of pretty pinks. I really, really wanted to stitch this on pink fabric, but I don't think that's gonna happen. So, and then I thought about doing it on black, but I hate stitching on black. I went through my dyed stash. Don't have anything like super girly that I think this is gonna look good on, so I don't know. Ooh, maybe a turquoise or like a teal color. I'm gonna have to check my Be Stitch Me stash and see if I have like a teal color, because when I think of Barbie, I think of not only the pink but also a teal. I don't know why, pink and teal. At least when I was a kid and I had my hair, this is natural the way it dries. Yeah, I didn't apply any heat when I got out of the shower. When I think of Barbie, especially like my era of Barbie, back in like the 90s, everything was always hot pink and like a teal color, like a pastel teal. So maybe I'll find a piece of fabric that does that. So this is definitely something I want to work on very soon. I don't anticipate this one taking that long either, because the middle of the letters aren't technically stitched. They're white, so I could either do white stitching or just leave them on the teal. So I'm curious to see what this would look like. I think they stitched it on white. I'll have to go back and look. I'll insert a picture here of what hers looked like, and then yeah, and that's literally it. That's all I have. I have no idea what I'm gonna pull out next. I do want to work on Heaven's Window, but then I'm kind of torn because I want to work on something else. But I don't know. I've just been having so much fun with my diamond painting lately that I haven't been stitching. Mostly because I missed diamond painting a lot. Not to mention that I have 50 at least diamond paintings still in my stash. Under my bed is not completely full, but so my headboard is here and my footboard is here. So from the middle to my foot is filled all the way across with diamond paintings. I have some stacked in the corner of my bedroom, and then I have a huge stack in my garage, huge. And I think I still have one box that has diamond paintings in it. I'm not 100% sure. I did lose a whole bunch when my shed blew over last spring. I was trying to remember what season it happened in, last spring. So I went like 2 weeks where I had to take everything as much as I could and fit it inside my house. Now, mind you, at the time, my house was only 900 square feet. So I literally moved my dining table. So there was like a dining area and a kitchen area. I had to move my dining table into my kitchen. And then my whole dining area was filled with stuff from my shed because I had to bring in as much as I could bring in. And I got to a point where I couldn't bring in anymore, and I had to choose what was just going to get wasted. And so I did have to throw a lot of stuff away because I just didn't have the room in my house to bring it. My hallway was like this small. I had stuff stacked in the hallway. I had stuff stacked in the laundry room. I just couldn't bring any more in. So I did lose a lot of things, including diamond paintings, because not only did the wind blow it over, but we were also having like a terrible rainstorm that whole week. So it didn't just rain one day, it kept raining persistently following that. Happened in the morning when I went to work. And then so it got rained on all day. Got home late in the evening. There was nothing I could do about it. I brought in as much as I could save in that instant. And then I had to wait to get the rest because it got dark super fast because of the rain. So it was dark by like 6 o'clock and it was just awful. It was like early spring, I want to say. Yeah, because I moved into this house during spring break, which is mid-March. So it happened February, mid-February when that happened. It was terrible, awful. I don't know what's worse, that or when, was it? Well, it's been a while now. I'd say maybe a year and a half ago or so when I lost all of my fancy floss. Not lost, I literally had to throw it all away. And if you guys don't know that story, it's in a Flosstube. You know, honestly, I'm not even sure if I mentioned it because I was irate. I was so like, when you're just so mad that you can't even bring your feelings out. I kept smelling cat pee. I have a cat. And my floss was in a 31 bin, you know, the collapsible bins from 31. And I had it on the floor under my desk. I didn't think anything of it. Well, he didn't like that. He doesn't like anything on the floor that's not wood or plastic. If he perceives it as like junk, or if it has any type of strange smell that he doesn't like, especially if it's cloth. Even my shoes, we can't leave our shoes laying around because he will pee on them. He's getting old. He's going to be 9 in a few months. And so I don't know if that has anything to do with it, but he's been persistently doing this like the last 2 years at least. And he peed in the bin, He's also very picky. If I don't clean his litter box often enough, he won't go in there. And I think that's the problem. He won't poop anywhere else. It's just the pee. But I think he acts out in an anyway, this is like way too long. He peed in my fancy floss bin and I had to throw it all away. I considered washing it in the washing machine in like a bag and washing it. And then I'm like, if I do that, I am not going to know what any of them are. They're all going to get mixed up. I had Color and Cotton, Weeks Dye Works, Gentle Art. I had my own Mystical Diamond Art floss in there. What else did I have? Did I say Weeks? I had probably like half of the entire Weeks collection in there. Some of the Dinky Dyes, Be Stitch Me stuff that I've collected. I've been stitching, you know, this is a year and a half ago. I think I want to say I've been stitching 5 years now. So at that point, at least 3.5 years of stuff. And I'm not kidding you when I say the first year and a half of me stitching, I spent thousands of dollars building my stash. You know, floss alone, Victorian Motto. Oh my God, I had like a year's worth of the Victorian Motto Club floss in there, and I love Victorian Motto. And I have not replaced any of it. I have been stitching strictly DMC, and with what I already have kitted. I haven't ordered a single fancy floss. Any of my projects that call for fancy floss, I have been subbing my limited supply that I have. I still have a bunch of Mystical Diamond Art floss that I've never sold, so I'll pull with that. And then, well, because then I haven't started anything either, so there's that. Everything else, it's strictly just been DMC. I don't know. All right, this is too long. I've been ranting about shit that's already happened. There's nothing I can do about it now. Yeah, and that's it. Like, I don't know. It is what it is, you know. I have a big bin there. I do want to film a active whip video. I've been talking about it for like weeks now, probably months at this point, because I know I've mentioned it in the last like 3 videos, and I've only been posting like a video every other week or so. So it's still on my to-do list, especially now that I'm not, I don't want to say that I'm not stitching as much, but once I pull a project out, I've been consistently working on that project for at least 1 whole week. So if I make a floss tube every week, there's not going to be much to show for it, especially since I'm not purchasing anything, not receiving any clubs or anything like that. You know, it's just one project. I don't feel the need to make a video when I only have work on one project. I mean, this week it's still one project, but I did want to show you the update on Heaven's Window, and I did buy one thing technically, so there's that. But anyway, that's it. I'm gonna go. Hopefully I can make this under 30 minutes again, and I'll talk to you guys in the next video.